Who in the entire ministry life of Jesus did he condemn? I mean, you might think, well, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, because they were always in trouble. Jesus always came after them. He really did come after them. He was after them because they misrepresented God. They misrepresented the Torah that God gave them. They misrepresented him by their actions. Or maybe you might say, how about the crowd? Yeah, it was the crowd that were like, crucify him, crucify him. Didn't he condemn them? Or maybe the Romans. Yeah, the Romans that drove the nails through his wrists, and the Romans that drove the nails into his feet and put a crown of thorns on his head and shoved a spear in his side. That probably condemned them, right? Let me ask you this. What were some of the last words that Jesus spoke on the cross? Do you remember? He cried out, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Father, forgive them. Who was he asking his Father to forgive? The Pharisees? Of course. The crowd? Absolutely. The Romans that were playing games at his feet so close and yet so far? Yes. Was there any condemnation in those words? Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Was there any condemnation? Was there any us and them type mentality, or hatred, or accusations, or goading, or violence, or anger? There was none. In a word, he was gentle. Galatians 5:22-23 that we've been looking at says, for the fruit of the Spirit is love and joy, peace, and patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. Gentleness. Sometimes our words can be less than gentle, less than loving, less than fruitful. Sometimes, in fact, our words can be like Peter's sharp fillet knife slicing an ear, and the sharpness of our words can actually cut off the ear of the person we want them to hear, but now we cut their ear off. And we're not like Jesus. We're not the unique Son of God that can bend down, pick up that ear, and put it back on again. I say this to my shame. You've probably heard of that hymn by Charles Wesley that says, gentle Jesus, meek and mild. I mean, that's who we believe, right? That's what we believe in him. The one who is we are supposed to be being shaped into, carved into, whittled into. The question is, are we? Are we yielding? Are we submitting to that painful process of having all that is non-Jesus being carved away from us? I mean, now it can be painful. It can hurt. And at the end of God's work in us, we should be becoming more like him. We should look more like him. In fact, interestingly, the Greek word translated gentleness is proiotes, and it actually means becoming or seemly. In other words, when you look up that word, that's attractive. A fruit of the Spirit. So do you get it? Jesus wants us to be attractive to outsiders. In fact, Paul says in Philippians 4:5, let your gentleness be evident to all. The ESV translated as reasonableness. It's attractive when we're reasonable, when we're gentle. Why? It says that we should be this way because the Lord is at hand. He's near. So if you're looking to win debates and arguments and battles and Facebook conversations and just kind of over talking people or over arguing people or just being louder somehow, you might feel good about yourself, but guess what? You're actually disobeying what the scripture says about being gentle. In fact, even in 1 Peter 3:15, it says this, but in your hearts honor Christ as the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense, that's good, to anyone who asks for a reason for the hope that you have. So it's about presenting reasonable arguments, yes. But it says, yet do so with gentleness and respect. Gentleness and respect. Gentleness and respect. I just wonder, what does that even look like?